Welcome to Team VLSI. Today, in continuation with the previous Linux system administration, in session 3 we will discuss about the system management related commands. Please like the video and subscribe our channel. So in previous session we have covered up to category 6, that is network management. In this session we will focus on the system management related commands. So basically insights of this session is we will talk about the cron tab, tarring and untarring the file, disk usage, the free spaces, services, uh, status of uh, status of our processor and its threads, PID states, aliasing the command, and soft and hard link, then mounting the uh, file systems. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so today in system management we will discuss about the system management commands in category 7. So our first command is crontab. So crontab is basically used to schedule a job. There are some jobs which we have to execute in a regular interval, so we can schedule that in crontab. So our first command is crontab l. Crontab l. So crontab l will show the currently scheduled jobs in your cron tab. So here you can see that there are two jobs. One is at the rate of hourly at the slash home slash rajesh slash job 1. Actually job 1 and job 2 are script written scripts which I have written in the my home directory, and its execution is defined here. Job 1 will execute one hourly basis, and job 2 will execute every time when our system is reboot. So you can write a script, and its execution you can schedule. So our next command is crontab e. The crontab e will allow you to edit your cron tab. You can delete some jobs, or you can create some new jobs. uh, so there are lots of way for creating the job on hourly, or on every reboot, or on some specific time. uh, there are lots of things. So everything is not supposed to discuss in this session. Just I am giving the insights of the cron tab in this session. You can find many things doing Google uh, on the cron tab. So in this way you can edit or delete any cron tab jobs. So exit here by Q. You can quit and clear the screen. Now our next command is tar. Tar command is basically used to uh, create a compressed file, or extract from a compressed file. So there are various compression technique, and depending on the techniques, file size, final files, file size, compressed file size uh, will be created, and different extension of compressed file is there. So in Linux basically we use .tar, .tar.gz, .tar.bga2. So here I will discuss uh, these three very popular types of file system, means compressed file, uh, but most of are almost same. Only compression technique is changed. So in desktop, first check the desktop. You can see here we have a tcl underscore practice directory here, and we want to create a tar. We want to compress this directory. Okay, so our first command is to creating the tar file is tar.cvf, and file name dot with the extension tar. Then we have to provide the base file, any or base directory name. So let's do that. Tar cvf. Suppose we want to create a tcl dot tar compressed file from the tcl underscore practice. uh, this is our directory for which we want to create a uh, tar file. So run the command. Okay, so tar file has been created. The next thing is creating a tar.gz file. So just these extension will be created using different compression technique, and we have to provide different switch for that. So for creating a tar.gz file, we have to give a switch here czvf, then extensions will be tar.gz, and run the command. Similarly for the extension uh, dot tar dot bz2 dot tar dot bz2, we have to give the switch here cjvf instead of czvf. Okay, and run this command. Yeah, you can check the desktop. We have created tcl.tar file, tcl.tar.gz file, and tcl.tar.bz2 file. Okay, so these are different extension based on the compression techniques of uh, based on the different techniques, and the file size, finally the file size is different. uh, tar.bj2 has the least file size, and uh, .tar is less compressed, so its file size is relatively uh, greater, bigger. Okay, so now how to extract the tar file. If we have a tar file, we want to extract, how to extract that. So for extracting, first suppose we want to extract the tcl.tar file in the desktop. So we know that tcl.tar file contains a directory tcl underscore practice. So if we extract it, it will be replaced. So before that, let's rename rename the tcl dot practice file. Rename tcl underscore practice to tcl underscore practice 1. Okay, and ls. Okay, so tcl underscore practice has been renamed to tcl practice 1. So now extract. So for extracting, our command is tar, then hvf, then we have to give the uh, name of tar file. Okay, so look at the command. For every extraction, either it's .tar, .tar.gz, .tar.bj2, we have switch hvf, and x is for extraction. In compression we use c here, and v is just for verbose, and f is for probably for fully. So for extraction we will use xvf for every type of extraction. Just run it. It has been extracted. You can check it. You can see here tcl underscore practice file has been created in desktop, and it is extracted from the tcl.tar. So next thing, yeah, so next thing is, if we want to extract some compressed file in different location than the present working directory, so how we will do that? So we have to use the switch capital C, then we have to provide the path of the directory. Okay, so suppose we want to extract this tcl.tar.gz file not in our desktop. Instead of desktop, we want to extract it in my home directory. Uh, so this is the our compressed file. Then we have to use the switch C, then path of the directory where we want to extract it. Okay, and run this command, and now check the directory where we have given the path. Okay, you can see here in the my home directory, that is slash rajesh slash home slash rajesh tcl underscore practice directory has been created. This file has been extracted from the desktop tcl underscore tar.gz. Okay, and similarly we can do that. We can extract the tar.bj2 file in the similar fashion. So our next command is du command is used to check the disk usage information. Okay, so clear the screen. Okay, clear the screen and execute the command du ha, then path, say home. We want to check the home directory. Okay, so what it basically du minus ha slash home d, that it 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 will list out all the subdirectory and files in your home, and it will report the size of each and every directory, and in final it will report the summary of home directory, that Rajesh slash home slash Rajesh has this much of files. You can see here there are some issue to get the size of some directory like slash home slash user 3 slash home slash user 4. Since these are the different users, so Rajesh cannot check the size of the different users. So if we want to do that, we have to run this command through the root. Okay, so our next command is du minus h hs, then home. Before that, I want to switch the user to root. Okay, I've logged in through root, and now clear the screen and run the command du hs, then say home. You can see only summary. So if you put the switch hs, it will only give the summary, not the details. So many times you just want to check the directory size, not the details, so you can run that the command du minus hs instead of du minus ha. Okay, so our next command is df. So du hs, we have seen the du hs, the total size of the directory only, no content list. Okay, or ha will give the details of every directory and subdirectory and every files. Okay, so our next command is df stands for disk file system, used to check the space details. So df command, okay, run the df command here. You can see here it has listed all the blocks and it's used space, available space, and used percentage in percentage. So you can find how much percent of uh, our space has been used. Okay, uh, and if we run the command ef ht and some directory path, you can see here only uh, this this given us only home directory size at 6.2 GB and used 5 GB, available 1.3 GB, so 80% space has been used. You can find the available space using this, and if you want to very brief result, you can use ht switch for that. Okay, next command is service. Clear the screen. So service command is used to start different services, stop the services, and restart the services, or you can check the status also. So for example, if we run command service, and then ffhd is one of the service, and status, we can check the status of ffhd. Okay, so you can see here what is ffhd. You can google it. So ffhd service, it is open ffh service daemon, and its status is active. Its PID is 996. You can check the status of different services using service, then service name, then its status for stop or restart. For example, if we run this command service under service network is a service, and if we want to restart the network service, so it will restart our network service. So we can restart any services, stop any services, and start the services, or we can check the status. So we can see here that network service has been restarted. Okay, so after service, our next command is mpstat. Mpstat command is used to check the processor statics. Suppose you have a bigger machine or server or some workstation where there are lots of cores in your machine, in your processor, lots of cores, and you want to check the status of how much core is being utilized right now. So command is mpstat -p. Then if we want to check all the state, all the course detail, then mpstat -p all. Okay, sorry for that. I have very less cores for this virtual machine, so you cannot find the details, very means descriptive details here, but in case of uh, your machine, you can find the details in very detailed result using this command. I have experience of managing the 80 core servers and uh, different workstations. So this command is very handy. We can check the status, that how much core and how much percentage of core is being utilized, and which core is being utilized up to 80. We can check the statics of every core. So start. So this is very useful command in the Linux. So checking the status of processor. So our next command is pid state. Clear the screen. run the command pid state p all. This command will give you the PID of every uh, task in your system. You can run it. Yeah, these are the PIDs. It's a bigger list, and in the left side you can see the task, which task is running. It's a bigger list, so it will give you the PIDs table of all the PIDs. So our next command is alias. So alias command is basically used to aliasing some command or some script. First command which I would like to demonstrate is alias itself. If you run only alias, it will give you the currently aliased uh, in your machine. Like you see mb is aliased for mb dash I. So if you run mb move, it will basically run the mb dash I. Simply cp will run in background cp dash I. Okay, so it will list out all the alias in your system right now. So next command is alias, like d date. We know what date command do. Date command will if we run the date command, it will give the result of current day, date, time and time zone. So if suppose we want to alias the date command by d, means we want to put only d and expect the result of date command. So we can alias the date with d. So when we run the d, okay, you can give the command run the command d. Yeah, so uh, whenever you run the command d, it in background it will run the command date. So date is aliased by d. Okay, and you can see here that in the alias list date has been aliased by d, which we recently did. Okay, so clear the command terminal. Now not only any command, we can alias any script also using alias. So command will be alias. Then suppose we have some script. Okay, come here. We have some script written in my home Rajesh job3.fh is a script I have written in my home directory, and we want to alias this script by I. So alias I, similar as we I, then equal to, in double quote we have to provide the path of the script. So it's home Rajesh job3.sh and close. It will alias the this script by I, and we can run the I here directly. Okay, so you can see that okay, inside this script, for example, I have only written the to provide the current date and time. So by I we can directly run this script. So basic purpose that how to alias a script by some name. Okay. So suppose we want to create a symbolic link ln or symbolic link s of a script which is in our home Rajesh with name job 3.sh, and we want to create a symbolic link at desktop with name says jb.sh. okay, so you can check the desktop by ls minus l. You can see here jb.sh, a symbolic link has been created on the desktop, and this is not a directory or file. This is a symbolic link by name l. It is not a d or dash. D is for directory and dash for file. It is a symbolic link l, and you can also see here that this jb.fh is linked with home Rajesh job 3.fh. okay, so instead of providing the path, we can directly run the jb.sh from the desktop. It will basically call the this script and run. So if we run this, okay, so inside that script I have written to give a current date and time. So you can see here. So in this way we can create the symbolic link of any script in any place. Similarly, if the link is already exists and we want to overwrite it, we have to use the additional app switch along with the s, and v is for verbose. So ln minus sbf, and then similarly we can provide the first the script path, then the link path. okay, our next command is to create the hard link. For hard link we will not switch any switch, just ln then the script path and the and the link path. okay, then next is create the soft link. In soft link we will use the switch p instead of s. S is for symbolic link, and if you don't give any switch, it will create a hard link, and p will create a soft link. So what is the difference between symbolic link, hard link and soft link? You can do it to Google and understand. You should understand what is the I'm not going to demonstrate these things here, otherwise I will not able to complete this session. So our next command is mount. So mount command is used basically to mount a storage device or any file system like ISO image. So in case of ISO image, you cannot explore and see the content of ISO image inside the ISO. So you have to mount first, and in external storage device you can mount that device also after plugin. We will discuss about the mounting of first storage device. So storage device can be mounted using these few steps. First you have to find the auto mount point. What is auto mount point? So whenever you plug in your hard disk in your Linux machine, it will automatically mount in some point. That is called auto mount point, and that thing you can find by the command lsblk. After plugging your device, lsblk will list your every blocks. So you can see here SDA1, SDA2, these are blocks. I have no device to plug here right now, so you can check it in yourself that whenever you plugged it, it will create some block. So suppose dev underscore sdc in this is the mount point of your external device. Then next means you can find it the mount point. Yeah, in this column you will get that mount point. Okay, so next thing is create a point where you want to mount your hard disk. So you can create a basically you can create a directory where you want to mount. Suppose you want to mount that mnt hdd, you can create a directory. Then you have to run the mount command. Mount, then original means actual auto mount point, then your customized mount point. Okay, it will mount your hard disk. Then you can check it using ls and your mount point. You can see all the mounted device using mount command here. It will list all the mounted device in your system. And for unmounting, similar command is unmount umount. Sorry, it is not unmount, it's umount, then your mount point. Okay, and for mounting the ISO image, similarly you have to create a mount point. You can create a mount point like mnt ISO. Then you have to run this command mount -t, then ISO 9660 -o, then loop, and you have to give the path of your ISO file, then your mount point. Okay, this will mount your ISO image, and you can explore all the content going to this directory. Okay, so in this way we have completed the system management commands. There are total 9 commands and we have completed it. Thank you for watching this session. Please do like our video and subscribe our channel. Thanks a lot.